Hello everyone, welcome to the Sanity Campaign and the Lost Shipyard, or if you're watching on Spotify, the Lost Harbor. Welcome, my name is Nitsify. I am not the DM, I play Ryuzuka, the aberrant jester, criminal, guy man, who breathes.
Yep,
We also have
that's
Acrid.
it.
Yeah, he plays DM.
Hi.
Yeah, you don't want to know all the characters he plays. We also have Dylan.
Hello, I'm fired.
What's your name?
Fire.
What's the character name?
Sean.
Cool, thank you. Alright.
You're
And just in case you forgot, in the last episode, we quite literally just went through Athleney. We dealt with a little flying bastard that was floating around in zero gravity. Tried threatening to kill Noki, didn't work out for him too well. Psyche broke her sword. What else? We found some we found some corrupted people. That's the other thing. And we did manage to actually kind of like uncorrupt them one by one. So we have a whole group of people now, and we also have a very injured tiefling because Psyche got a little bit too happy with her chomp on him. But I mean that's literally where we're picking off. It was just two really big combats that session.
Yes.
And we got a bunch of information about the town and the way things are going. So yeah, I mean, basically, we're just gonna keep on heading in. There was a bunch of people that were uncorrupted, but we're only gonna be bringing 3 of them into Athleney to continue to help and try and get the miners out. Because one of them knows where some detonation stuff is, so we can hopefully just blow open the cave in and get people out pretty quickly. And the other 2 is just in case if anything goes down, we have relatively fast people that aren't really injured that can actually help out. So yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
No.
Okay.
Damn.
So where are we starting?
Okay, hi guys.
Damn.
Alright, so you guys are kicking up, taking Burren, Chalia, and Kelfir, which is a High Elf Ranger, a Leonin, and a Bajuk Monk. Because she's kicked people, so y'all figured out what she is.
Yeah.
And y'all figured out at least Burren has a form of resurrection magic. So he is something.
Yeah.
As you guys would continue heading into the town, as he would direct y'all. As he's gonna lead y'all basically to where the explosives are. That's what y'all are gonna need to get that first.
I feel like Sean would probably stay in the back for this one for obvious reasons.
Why?
Explosives. He's made of fire.
Yeah, okay, actually, yeah, that's a fair reasoning.
Yeah, John would just probably be like 5 feet away from the group, and if anyone notices, he'll just say, "Look, I'm doing it for everyone's safety."
This is the most, like... Listen, I'm trying not to die. I don't... Oh, God. That's funny to me. I don't know why that's funny to me.
Boom.
Oh, I don't remember what fucking...
You got this?
That. Yeah, no, okay. So, yeah, y'all keep heading in.
Okay.
And y'all would be hearing, like, monsters essentially moving around, but it would seem that they're all kind of filing towards where that second pulse from the flying beast occurred.
Mm-hmm.
So, it seemed to have drawn the monsters in over there.
Yeah.
Because they're like, okay, where are the bitches? Oh, the radar's dead. Oh, okay. So where the fuck are they?
Yeah.
So they're looking for y'all. So so as you guys will keep going, let me fucking see. Does anything fucking happen? Does anything terrible happen? Does something explode?
I blow up.
Is that a manifestation?
No.
Oh, you want me to end the campaign? Leave, roll, and John charges. explosive.
This is a fucking nuke.
Oppenheimer, like explosion.
Oh
That's-
man.
So
John
as the
Heimer.
epilogue, Rashi's dead. So is the world. Dude,
That whole island gone.
it does not
Unlivable.
exist.
It is in the ocean.
It is under the ocean.
You know, some would say that sinking an island is impossible, but John found a way.
God. What the fuck? God, y'all, you fucking would.
Yeah.
You fucking. Alright, so, alright, cool. That's useful. Alright, so, you guys, let me see. What the fuck? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fun. Okay. So, Jalapeno's also with y'all,
Okay.
bouncing along, doing his own little thing.
Uh-huh.
We stand jalapeno.
What?
Go on.
What did you say?
I said we stand jalapeno.
God, what the fuck? What the fuck?
Go on.
Yeah.
Come on, DM. Keep DMing. Go on.
Never. Just fucking ends the session right there. Okay, wow, no, you guys are getting really lucky. You guys would be able to, by going through the back streets that the captain would know, and by just kind of waiting occasionally, y'all basically managed to get to the shack with little to no fucking issue.
Oh, sick.
Like, y'all see, like, it's the thing of y'all just kind of wait in an alleyway at one point while some monsters go by, and then y'all continue on your way.
Okay. Oh, that reminds me. While we're also there, I know it was mentioned that there was a Red Lining Tavern. And there's a chance some of Yavina's, or honestly any of the Lost Gods people might be there. It would be smart to keep an eye out for that.
That is a day away, but there's also a chance that they came here.
Oh, okay. I thought it was inside the town.
Was it inside the... I don't remember.
You mentioned there was a noble that was a day away outside of the town. Is that tavern in the same location with the noble, or is that inside the city?
Okay, I know it is in the city.
Okay.
No, you're right. It just makes more sense to put it in the city. Yeah, never mind. Forget what no, you're right. I'm wrong.
Gotcha. Figured I should ask, because I know we should probably keep an eye out for that.
Yes. Probably. If
Yeah.
you don't want to, you don't have to.
I mean, it's one of those things where if there's anybody in there, eventually one of the Lost Gods are going to ask us to get them out, and then we've got to do another trip here for no reason. So we might as well knock that out while we're here. That's the way I see it, at least. I don't know about you, Don.
Dude.
I can agree with that. Also,
Yeah.
just a quick reminder that there's also supposedly a monster with one of the sword
Shards.
fragments that John
Yes.
needs.
Yes.
While we're talking about stuff, dude, I just remind you about that.
You know that from what you've heard from Baron, that it is likely that commander creature, the smaller one that was walking along with the others, that didn't seem to be doing anything but directing on what they should do. So
Yeah.
y'all have found what is effectively a brain set, like the brains of
Yeah.
operations for the monsters, which is like, oh great, they're not all stupid anymore. Fuck.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
We're going to have to figure out how we're going to get that from
hypothetically,
him. Yeah.
if we could stealth our way into ambushing it and just bum rush the commander, wouldn't that just make all the other monsters theoretically stupider because they wouldn't know what to do if their commander's dead?
It would. So
It would
I will
disorganize them, I think.
it would disorganize them for a turn, probably at least.
That
Kind of inflict some disadvantage on them, but also it's that thing of while he's active, they are getting buffs. So it's a quickly, please kill this thing.
Gotcha.
Okay, so a stealth ambush would definitely be the way to go here.
Yeah.
Yes.
Honestly, we might be able to like deal with that on our way out. That's my guess at least, because
Yeah.
we might be able to deal with that and the tavern on our way out. Because from my understanding, when we do the bomb, it'll probably draw because it's supposed to go off in 2 different areas of the city, so it should split the monsters up pretty well, and then we should be able to book it, deal with that tavern real fast. If we can get them off our tail, and then we should be able to just straight after that, just hopefully do that ambush like we were talking about, because they're going to be in a frenzy. Hell, we might even run into them like midway and running out. So it might be easy that way.
Hell, best case scenario, we take it out super fast, and while the monsters are confused with the explosion, we just get the hell out of Dodge without a big fight.
It really just counts when we run into this thing, because there's not really a way to track it. That's the problem.
Good point. But I like that plan, though.
Yeah.
If we don't end up running our way into it on our way out, I'm fine if we come back another day for it, because I don't want to... I know how many resources we've been having to spend after those last 2 combat fights last session, so I don't want to force us.
Well, I also know, I'll be honest, I know we do need a head since we're here, after we deal with all in Athleney, that we need to go to that place where the noble's at, like a day out, because if there is anybody alive there, we should get them out while we can. Because
Agreed.
We're in the Sekiro area, which, if I remember correctly, from like the bit of information that I do have of it, there was a lot of like gnolls and
Lupins over there
that were like around those areas, yeah. And I'm gonna be real, I don't want to deal with those being corrupted.
Sounds good to me.
Because if we're dealing with nobles, then that means that if there are any gnolls or lupins working for them, that means that you have not just normal corrupted gnolls and lupins, you have trained mercenaries. That's not fun, so I'd rather not.
I studied this blade for many years, and now I'm gonna put this blade through your fucking body, Amir.
Yeah.
Alright, in that case, let us make this plan happen.
Yeah, so you guys, Burn to be able to lead y'all to, the fucking, well, what the fuck, my brain. The, storage, warehouse, where they keep the explosives and other materials for the mine.
Hell yeah.
And you would see him, reach into his bag, and he would pull out a small set of keys as he would unlock the door. Because he has the fucking keys.
Comes out as a giant winery.
I'm gonna be honest, getting into this warehouse would have been a bitch without him, because the fucking like, who has lockpicks? No
the
one.
Warehouse reinforces all hell, I'm assuming.
Luckily for me, I'm pretty sure I could probably make one of those. Lockpicks are pretty small. Conjuring wouldn't be too hard.
Oh, good
You're
point.
like, alright.
And I have proficiency in sleight of hand.
I could just use the
like,
door.
Dude, you're like, alright, lockpick creates a bomb. Well, that's a formable lockpick. It's a more permanent solution.
Reminds me one time I was playing a Hitman level, there was a locked door. As a joke, I threw a frag grenade near the door and it actually blew the door open.
I mean, yeah, that would happen. The door's not staying on.
I never thought that would have worked.
Yeah.
Good, being fair. Alright, so he would let y'all in as now y'all gotta find the explosives.
Perception checks, I'm assuming?
Perception or investigation.
I'll do perception because I'm proficient.
Although perception as well.
That's a dirty 21 for me.
And dirty 21 as well for me.
Perception. 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 Perception.
Osmond, come on, man.
Can we just make it whoever, like, hit it as, like, whoever's closest to John, that John would just, like, tap them on the shoulder and he'll just say, I found the explosives, but I'm pretty sure it'll be a bad idea if I approach them, so...
I look the
Yeah.
opposite way. No.
Okay, so what did you two get again? I'm sorry, I got
both
the
got
rolling of the
21s.
dice. You both got 21. Okay, cool. So you guys, Noki, Agnath, Baron literally just walks towards them. He probably remembered where they were.
That checks.
It's just like, I think, yes. Tarfu is a little bit behind y'all. He was checking out something else. Psyche isn't in the warehouse. She's doing something else. Osmond's just waiting at the door. He's just waiting. He's just keeping watch.
That's fair.
He looks at everyone going in. He's like, "Y'all don't. It's fine. I don't need to go in there. They'll figure it out."
Yeah.
It's already a hot box if that bitch explodes and everyone's gonna die. Oh god. Alright, so you guys, well. Yay. Y'all grab. Okay, so not fucking much. Okay, cool. Yeah, there's a lot of explosives. Y'all would be able to grab about 3 or 4 cases to make sure that this shit explodes and there becomes an opening.
Yeah.
I'll take another step back to BH.
It's fair. However, y'all did talk about trying to send John in first by digging out a small crevice and sending him in.
So that way they actually know what's going on.
Yeah, that might be a good idea.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So you guys can start heading for
The cave.
the cave. Time to deal with the fucking cave.
Here comes the cave.
Yeah. So. Oh boy.
Dun 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 dun.
What do you mean?
Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you guys would start walking back over there, and you guys would see a little guy standing in front of the mine, the collapsed mine.
I hope his name is just Bob.
It's a little guy.
Okay.
Alright.
It's a tanuki. With gray undershirt, long sleeve, and a leather apron by the looks of it.
That's a weird way to just describe raccoon person.
Yeah.
It's a tanuki. That's what raccoon people are.
Yeah.
They're tanuki people.
Though normally tanuki people are mainly human and just have the raccoon tail and ears. But the more like primordial tanukis are just flat out like awakened raccoons essentially.
Gotcha.
So from what y'all would remember, Baron mentioned that the guy who basically ran the mine, like the foreman basically,
With a raccoon.
was a fucking tanuki person, yeah.
Yep.
So he's just standing there, which Baron did mention that he was like, I don't know if he got in time, and it does not look like he did. And there is also a different thing, which y'all would not immediately know what the fuck it is. Well, John might. He might be able to figure it out.
Okay.
No, it's... So so this thing looks very happy in its image, but I want you to know it's frowning.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright, where...
I just heard the very far away, hello, Morgana. Betting is gap.
Alright. God. Alright, so we have this very sad looking little earthen creature.
Alright,
God,
it's a
cute, though.
giant rock with 4 legs, 2 glowing eyes, and an animal-like mouth. And instead of having a normal tail, it has a literal sprout as a tail. Like a giant
Yeah.
stem.
Yeah,
With
which,
2 leaves. Yeah.
yeah. Y'all can make a history check if you'd like to see if you know what these things are.
Would it be history or nature?
Sure, why
it
not?
is, I will say this, it is a type of, earthen creature, so,
Nat 20.
Okay, so John definitely knows what the fuck it is.
I just figured, you know, we elementals, you know.
Yeah, it's an earth elemental, so, history or nature, whichever you'd prefer to roll, honestly.
I don't think there's a reason for me to roll at this point if you got it.
I
Yeah,
got
okay.
history.
Okay, cool. John, you would know what this thing is. And you... So these little guys, which I say little, it's currently standing at, like, 4 feet tall, but it's about 10 feet, like, long. Like, it's... These are big little bastards.
Gotcha.
Basically, these little guys are called wibble wobbles.
Love that.
Because they just waddle around, and they have a really hard time turning, but they also get really pissed off if someone gets in their way.
I'd imagine it's like tank controls in a video game, judging by that size.
Yeah, so, yeah, basically. It takes them a long-ass time to turn around.
They're like
Gotcha.
a turtle.
Yeah, it's like, oh god, I gotta rotate. Oh god. And with your nat 20, I'm gonna be honest, you would know that wibble wobbles, despite their very, like, harmless looking appearance, these little bastards are known for fucking up places with their control of earth magic. They will cause, like, giant earthquakes by just stomping their little feet when they get pissed. Like, they cause,
Okay.
like, area-wide issues because they get mad, so they cause a lot of problems. And the thing is, this is a baby, meaning it's not as strong as, say, an ancient. Ancient ones are known for leveling cities when they get mildly inconvenienced.
Okay, considering that we're literally trying to rescue miners from a cave-in, let's maybe not fight the thing that could make their situation worse in the long run. So John would
Chuck some dynamite at it.
So John would just kind of speak up and he'll just say, "Oh, I believe I know what those are. I swear, it sounds like I'm making it up, but I'm not. They're called wibble wobbles. A type of earth elemental, to be more precise. I recommend we don't engage. They are known for causing earthquakes and such, and, well, we're trying to rescue those miners from the cave-in, so that might make our life harder in the long run. As long as we stay out of its way, though, we should be fine."
So, 2 questions. Is it corrupted? Is the raccoon corrupted? And 2, are they in front of the cave? Because that's the impression I got.
Oh.
Yes, they are. And from what you can immediately tell with the raccoon, he is corrupted, at least. You can't, and you could probably guesstimate that the wibble wobble is, considering the fact that instead of their normal little smile they typically have, it has a little frown.
Okay.
And also, here's a little sad fact for, and that John would realize, at least, with elementals specifically, considering the fact that he is one. Elementals, when they get controlled by other people, because there is that known thing for elementals of the summon elemental spell, where you temporarily kind of control an elemental.
Yeah.
That elemental still retains some of its personality when it's in control, when it's being controlled. So this little wibble wobble knows it's not in control of its body, and it's sad.
Oh my god. Okay, John would just kind of like. Okay, how this would work is that John would just kind of suddenly pause, and he'll look at the Wibble Wobble and he says, "Wait, no, never mind. That's being corrupted. That should probably be taken care of."
All right, time to drain more of my health. Ambush.
Okay, so you would see okay, so you would see Burns go. He would go, when it comes to the raccoon, he's going to run.
Do you
Why?
know him?
He's not a fighter. Like, he just doesn't like fighting. He'll only fight if he's cornered.
Well, I am in favor.
I don't know if he'll run and go and get friends, considering he's corrupted, or if he'll fight because he's corrupted. Just a little heads up. I don't know what he'll do.
I have 4 whips.
He's going nowhere, I assume, then.
I need to uncorrupt, though. Hey, John, would you like to try and restrain him with whips?
I would just kind of blink and just look at you weirdly. And he'll
What?
just
I can't
say,
do multiple things.
You just hear Noki just go, "I'll do it."
Thank you,
Okay,
Noki.
okay, but like, John's just kind of notioning the Agnes, and he says, "Why are you asking the fire elemental with no muscles, compared to, you know, that guy?" Pointing at Agnes.
I don't think he knows how to use whips, and I'm gonna be honest.
You wouldn't need to. He could just use his big, bulking muscles, which I totally respect, by the way. He says, turning to Agnes at that last part.
You want me to be honest?
Oh boy.
I'm afraid of him breaking that thing's bones.
Yeah, that's a fair, yeah. You just hear Agnes go, "Yeah, no, that's about." Also, Agnes was about to kind of object as well. It's sort of like he's like, "I've never used whips before. They've never been my preference of weapon."
The other thing is that having whips will allow us to restrain it without having to physically hold him. Considering that he is a man that only fights when he is cornered, that most likely means that the shit he has on him he might not need his hands to use. It's better to keep some distance while restraining.
Okay, then.
So yeah,
you guys,
he'll toss the 2 whips over to Noki.
yeah, you see her you just hear just the most definitely not sinister giggle.
Okay, yeah, now that checks. There's that Yavina follower bit. He's just
I
gonna look
shouldn't
at
be surprised.
he's just gonna look at Noki and just go, "Don't ever tell Yavina I use these." Alright.
Too late. I didn't tell her. She just watched.
Of course.
Or she did. I don't know. I always assume she's watching. It's great.
My privacy. Alright, let's get this underway.
What's that? It's just.
He's gonna choose to ignore that.
It's fucking Noki. Get fucking discombobulated.
Alright, so I guess we can try and ambush them so we can at least try and get what. If we can try to uncorrupt the elemental straight away, that would be good.
Yeah, so, the elemental, let me see. As you guys would start making your way forward, oh my god. Okay, hold on, wait, let me roll for something. You guys would see the little Wibble Wobble start to turn and look towards y'all.
Mm-hmm.
As Earth Elemental, Tremor Sense, it probably became aware of you guys. You see it turn, have its purple eyes, and it just looks depressed.
Yeah.
And you just see it just go, it doesn't say anything, but it has that look of somebody that just goes, "It's not worth it." And then it just slowly rotates away, as if it's like, they won't hurt me.
Oh my god.
All right.
As you
Alright.
see a little bit
Nice.
of that wibble wobble personality come out of these little guys don't like fighting, but if you get in their way, they get very angry very quickly. Because
Fair enough.
rotating is incredibly annoying.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay.
They have to spend movement to rotate, just so y'all understand. Their lives suck. Turning is a bitch.
Gotcha.
Alright. So, you guys. Stealth.
Okay.
I need Steph.
24.
What the fuck?
I'm proficient in it because I'm a Durla.
15.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Alright. Let's...
Durlas naturally have proficiency in stealth.
Psyche, are you good at your one thing? Nope.
I mean, 17's not bad, honestly.
Agnath.
Agnath got a 14, which is honestly good for a barbarian.
The bard.
Ah, yes, the bard with a 23.
Well,
And
With
the
all-
boar with 7.
nat 1.
Ah.
To be fair, man's got some clunky ass stuff that he's wearing. Not in his
Yeah.
favor.
Alright, let me roll for Chalia. She does have proficiency.
Okay.
That still working on making everyone's sheets as needed.
Nah, it's fair, it's fair.
Okay, so yeah, she gets like a 24, I think that is as well. Something like that. It's somewhere around there.
Yeah.
Yeah, 24. Okay, cool. So yeah, with her nat 16. As
Alright.
the last person, the fucking high elf ranger. Yeah, he's gone.
Yeah, that's fair, that's fair. That checks.
Y'all just see Kelfier just like basically you see him like jump upwards and then just kind of disappear. He jumped up onto a building so he could fucking open fire.
Fair, fair, fair.
Alright. As you guys will all get to go first.
Alright.
As the Tanuki does not notice you with his perception of fucking 8.
Gotcha.
Um.
I think it's fair to say before we start doing anything, I should probably do corruption before people start
Oh.
making their other moves. Is that
Actually,
fair?
about that, Nits.
Yeah?
Acrid, is there any way I could maybe give Nits like a help action, like or something like that?
Okay, we're gonna flavor this really funnily.
Okay.
So, as John, as Rio, as you start to uncorrupt, are you going for the elemental or the Tanuki first?
The elemental first.
Okay, so John, you would run up to the elemental, and you would just go, "Stop it!" As you just see, go, "What?" You just-
Can I just pat it on the head and just say, "It's gonna be okay, buddy."
Okay, yeah, you do that, so that will give Rio advantage.
I needed that because that first roll is a 2.
Oh my
Ooh.
gosh.
So it's an 18 plus 6 is what we ended up getting, so 24.
Oh
Okay.
my gosh. All right.
All right, so you would see the little wibble wobble. You would see one of the wibble wobble's eyes go blue
Alright.
as Ryu is halfway done uncorrupting this little bastard.
Alright, how much damage am I taking? Because I don't get mana slots back from a short rest.
That would be the 2d8 as normal.
Gotcha, I couldn't remember if it was a D8 or D6.
Yeah, it's a d8, unfortunately.
Nice, only 3 damage.
Yay, we
good
love
shit.
it when that happens. That's
Yeah.
the good things. That's the happy days.
Yeah.
Right. Everyone else, it's time to do things. Fucking go. Ascend.
Yep.
What you doing, John? Okay, you did the help action. That's right.
Hmm.
Alright, next up. Fucking. Oh, God. Here we go. Everything else. Osman.
You know what? Bonus action, perception. Can I put guidance onto Osmond?
Sure.
Heck yeah. Yeah, so like if you have to do an ability check at some point, you could just get a D4 onto it.
Alright, cool. You see Osmond go up, and it's, you see him swing twice at the, kind of swing with the flat of his blade against the, elemental.
Mm-hmm.
As it's more of him trying to weaken it, so Ryu can have an easier time uncorrupting it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You see his blade just bounce off of its little body, because stone.
Yeah.
And you just see the Wibblewobble start looking up towards him like, the fuck you do? You want to die? Like, it's just... As, these things have a little line, like, kind of a bit of earth going on the side of their eyes, making them look sad. So it really gives them this depressed look, kind of that outer side, like, slant on their eyes.
Yeah.
And as Osmond's sword hits, or as the boar's sword hits it, John, you would start to see that slit start to move.
Oh dear.
As it starts to turn into the angry-looking eyes.
Oh, it's just kind of, as would just, like, visually shrink into just go, oh dear.
As, Osmond has pissed off the elemental, so you all know whose turn it's going to take to attack.
Well, I warned everyone.
Yeah. As, yeah, base, God, that's going, so, he didn't expect his sword to bounce in his defense.
No,
Yeah.
you restrain.
Yeah, as its eyes went from this.
Yeah.
I've sent you little emojis. From this, as it's now turning into this.
So it went from the worried emoji to the rage emoji. For those who can't
Yeah,
see.
it's getting upset.
Oh man.
Yeah, so Osmond with his bonus action, he is going to he's going to hold his bonus action to see what he'll need it for. That
Fair
he
enough.
does not know what this little bastard's gonna do, so he's like, I don't know how to fight you. I've not fought an elemental like this.
Fair, fair.
I have not fought what is known as a Wibblewobble. Alright, so Noki. You would see Noki. Oh god. Take her action with the whips. As you would see the whip, one of the whips crack around the Tanuki's like left arm.
Mm-hmm.
You see the Tanuki physically leap into the air to try, basically what looks to be either panic or shock. As you then see the other whip crack around his right leg as she pulls him back to the ground. As she's like, as you just hear her go, I got half of him.
Alright, that's half.
As she did not manage to get the left one, which is why he physically jumped to avoid it.
I mean, either way, at the very least, he's not gonna be able to run away.
No, as oh god, as Noki takes
my headphones did a thing. I love that I can't hear right now.
oh
There we go. Got it fixed. I can hear now.
yeah, as she just pokes you see Noki just poke Tarfu and she goes, go bonk someone. As you see one of his mauls start glowing with
Love
blood
y'all.
energy.
Oh
Hell
dear.
yeah.
As she gives him Sinful Slash for one of his attacks. As Tarfu, please. Okay, he's not gonna kill the Tanuki.
Good.
Thank God. He's going to not swing on the Tanuki.
Thank God for that.
I'm going to be honest, if Agnath's gonna fold the little bastard, Harpoon's gonna send him through a building. As Tarfu would run up, essentially get in front of the Tanuki, and then, would basically just take his action to grab him.
Fair enough.
As he takes his bow, actually, he basically grabs the Tanuki by the front of his tunic and just holds him like, fuck, stop. Fucking, you stay here.
Fair.
So he's got Tarfu holding him, and he's got a whip holding his leg.
Nice.
Yeah, he's not
God.
going anywhere.
Yeah, he's
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
try. Annoyingly. As next Agnath walks over and is going to take swings at the Wibble Wobble.
What did it do to you?
Oh.
His axe bounces. And then one connects finally.
I feel like John is just kind of staring at Osmond and Agnes, just kind of thinking, did you not listen to me earlier?
They don't know how else to deal with the thing. They know they need to weaken it.
Yeah.
It's also that thing of basically both of them are standing in front of it, which is away from the mine. They're trying to pull its attacks away from the mine. Does that put them on the receiving end of a very pissed off elemental? Yes, but there's not much else they can do.
Gotcha.
It's either that or they do nothing.
Gotcha.
So Agnath will use one of his very limited rage slots because he needs to conserve his hit points.
Fair.
As next up is Psyche, who Ryu,
Uh-huh.
you would just hear a whisper in your ear.
Uh-huh.
As she bonus action re-stealths to try and get better sneak. And then
Alright.
Ryu would just hear a very quiet whisper of, "You got this." She uses
enough.
the help action.
Hell yeah.
Ryu believes in himself.
Rio doesn't
You got
feel
this.
as much hatred.
Help action gives Ryu a Xanax.
Oh my god.
So what now?
Alright, so then that would be and next up is Burin, who
Yes.
you would see him head over as you would see him head over and he will. Oh, what the fuck are you gonna do, bud? I thought he had something. He doesn't. I fucked that up. I had something he was gonna do in my head, and then I looked at his stuff, and I'm like, oh, you can't do that. Oh shit.
Damn.
You don't have the ability to do that. Alright, so, Burn, you would see him, you would actually see him not go for, the two that y'all are looking at. As, he would go off to the side, as you would see him enter the side alleyway, as he would strike a random fucking, like, commoner grunt that was coming in to fucking help. As he just fucking basically Ryu sees out of the corner of his eye, Burin turn to the left, go up to it, and catch a commoner corrupted that was coming out of around the corner to attack y'all. and basically would have been behind Ryu.
Oh.
Fair enough.
So he's like, I fucking no. Stop it. We're not dealing with that bullshit.
Fair enough.
As arrows. And then 2 arrows would come flying in.
From Ranger.
Yes, as both of them, you would see both of them stab into the earth elemental. Now, y'all aren't immediately sure whether or not they did damage.
That's
They probably did, but they stuck. It's just kind of like, okay, they stuck. Unlike the swords, that doesn't tell us if that hurt or not.
Like a 1/10 of 1 hit point.
It's like, alright, it did something. Maybe. It's an earth elemental. Fuck.
Yeah.
These little bastards are tanky. They've got a lot of AC and a lot of health. They don't hurt that much.
Yeah.
As, alright. I think that's everybody.
Maybe.
So, okay. This next
there's
up.
Hectos, but we don't talk about him.
Rolling
Fuck, I
initiative.
forgot
Jalapeno.
about
Ah.
Jalapeno runs up to John, and Jalapeno bounces up, and just, John, you would see a corner of eye, you would see Jalapeno going for a motion of a high five.
Okay.
Do you high five Jalapeno?
Yes.
No.
Cool. So,
I'm not
You
gonna
would-
turn down my buddy.
you see Jalapeno give you a high five as you'd see one of his blinking lights go out as he uses an invigorating charge.
Yo!
As with his little bonus action, he basically temporarily gives you the haste spell.
So I would just kind of say, man, who knew high fives could be this refreshing? Ignorantly knowing of the haste spell's effect.
Uh-huh. Yeah, so basically you get a bonus so for 1 turn. It only lasts for 1 turn. But you get so when it comes around to your next turn, you will have 2 actions.
Right.
And so basically you can take 2 actions because you're moving really fast.
Right. I
And-
used haste before, actually,
Yes.
when I was I beat Baldur's Gate 3. I have it memorized because I cheesed the boss by giving all of my party members haste and just bum rushing it.
My guy. Fair enough though.
In my defense, annoying boss.
Yeah, no, it's fucking valid. So yeah, that's the little buddy, and then with its action, you see Jalapeno waddle over and just grab the Tanuki's left leg. So there's now a Warforge, a whip, and Tarfu holding the Tanuki. He's not
Yeah.
going anywhere.
Yeah.
And
And Hectos.
then Hectos. As you would see Hectos.
He hits.
Huh?
Sorry. He hits the
No.
gravity.
Yeah. So you would see Hectos lift his hand as he would turn his hand, as you would see a lightning hex form on the Tanuki.
Well,
As he halves the Tanuki's movement. So even if he gets away, he can't go very far.
fair enough. That works.
And then he's going to hold his action because he's got something else he's going to do with that.
Aye.
As next up, the Tanuki and the Wibble Wabble.
Yay.
Y'all would see the Tanuki up first. Shut, bud. Yeah. You would see the Tanuki. And there's no insight. This is just sheer panic. This fucking Tanuki is in a state of absolute panic. As he will as you guys would see with his bonus actions, you you would see him Misty Step.
Oh.
Yeah, as he would teleport and he would move as he moves, he is only able to move 15 feet. As it seems that Hex also affects spells from Hektos.
I see.
Okay.
So that may, as you would see the little Tanuki move 15 feet as he moves behind Tarfu and it gets behind Agnath and the boar.
Okay.
As you then, let me roll. What do you do, bud? That's for that. Oh, are you... Okay then, you would see the little Tanuki reach into his cloak as he would pull out 2 short swords.
Ah.
As you see him jump into the air and then drives his swords down Agnath's back as you would see a divine smite get cast.
Oh, shit.
Okay.
As the Tanuki's a paladin, apparently.
Not my first guess.
Nope, nobody's first guess.
Damn.
He's a cowardly paladin.
Okay.
Fair enough.
I think both those...
Paladin Oath of the Bitch.
Paladin, I think Oath of Vengeance gets Misty Step, if I remember correctly.
I think... I don't know.
If that is correct, someone can correct me if I'm wrong, but I do know that he has Misty Step, either from his class or from an item.
Fair enough.
He has gathered Misty Step at some point, because little bastard needed it. He's tiny. As he struck at Agnath. And both of those will hit.
Aye.
As a little boy, a little buddy, you're either about to get fucking sent to God, or you're gonna be fine. Luckily, Agnath is a bear totem, so he is resistant to all damage when raging.
Yep.
As y'all would see Agnath take 14 slashing and radiant damage.
Okay.
As he gets slashed, as that is already halved, as it would have been 27.
Gotcha.
As that is the end of the Tanuki's little turn.
Alright.
Rowan.
As you see him kind of take 2 more little swings, but they would miss.
Ah.
Yep.
As Agnes starts turning around, like, who the fuck?
Also, we're doing the new combat type, Dylan. We don't have to roll the initiative thing, because we got the ambush on.
Oh, that's what... Got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yep.
Yeah. That's why it's all at once.
Understood.
Yeah.
Understood.
As, next up is the Wibble Wobble. Wibble Wobble, what do you do, bud? Is it gonna be that, or is it gonna be that? Oh, you're doing that. Okay. So, you guys would watch as little Wibble Wobble starts to stomp its front 2 little feet as it wobbles side to side. And at first, John, because you're next to the little guy, it doesn't really feel like anything's happening. And then you start to see little pillars of earth starting to come out of the ground in front of the little guy.
Ah.
As the ground begins to shake more and more and more until 10 feet in front of the little guy is just erupting pillars of earth slamming into anyone in front of it. As Agnath and the boar both need to roll dex saves.
I see.
As now the area in front of the little guy is difficult terrain, as well as constantly dangerous.
The boar has guidance, by the way, for me, so I'll roll that d4.
Okay, that'll be good.
It got the minimum. It got a +1.
Well, this is... You see the boar essentially just, you would actually see his, the boar's armor, his kind of more clunky armor, come into use as you see the little stone pillars just kind of breaking as they hit it. As it's kind of more like that raw dust that's going up right now, condensed dust. But, with his nat 20, he also manages to basically avoid all damage.
Hell yeah.
And you would see Agnath, basically, he will get quarter damage. As Agnath takes a whopping, one bludgeoning.
Fair enough.
As Agnath takes one bludgeon, and what y'all would be able to tell pretty quickly is those pillars probably don't hurt a ton right now,
Yeah.
but it might get worse the longer the little guy is able to stomp.
Gotcha.
Because what John and Rio would immediately notice is he's not stopping. So even though his turn is ending, he's not stopping his little stomps.
Okay.
I see.
Yeah. So next up is everyone else.
If I may.
Yes.
All right.
Help
Arcana
action
checks.
from Psyche.
Yep. This time I got advantage again. Good for advantage because once again that first roll was a 3. So that should be a. Gotta do math here. That's a 24.
Nice.
Nice. Yeah, so John would see the little guy's eyes go blue. He looks confused, like his eyes he's like, huh? And he just stops attacking.
Could John just kind of pat it on the head and, hey, out of curiosity, does it speak primordial?
Because it's an earth elemental, they primarily speak terrain. It will understand primordial probably because it was more of a civilized one. It probably lived here.
Can it at least understand common?
It'll understand primordial.
Okay, so
but it won't be able to respond.
all right, so that's fine. John is just gonna say this in primordial, give him kind of like a pat on the head, and says, "It's okay now, bud. You're free."
You see the little guy start like slowly rotating as it stops. Like, what the fuck's going on? Like it just looks confused.
Well,
And it's back to, as its little head goes back to smiling now. Like, I'm normal again. Yay.
All right, good. I wanted to make it smile. That's
Yeah,
good.
the little guy goes back to basically the smile it has in its image. It's this fucking overbite little fucking grin.
I took 9 damage, by the way, for the Arcana.
Fair enough.
Okay, so actually, I'm gonna do something a little different here. So
Okay.
you said it was a 2d8 to use an extra mana slot, if I recall correctly.
Yes.
Okay.
Basically,
so,
it's half your level rounding down d8s.
all right. So, Nits, how much health does Ryu have left?
I have 38 out of 50.
Would you like me to give you some temp health? I do not mind sacrificing some health since I've been barely taking damage.
I'd say it's fine for now because I still have my what do you call it? Fucking hell, I can't remember. Second breath, whatever it's called. Second wind.
Second win.
Yeah.
I still have my second wind, so I'm not too worried about it right now.
Okay,
Okay.
fair enough.
Yeah.
All right. In that case, since I learned that I won't violently kill using this method, I'm gonna take out the Viper Longsword, and I'm going after that Tanuki.
That's fair. Agnes's about to send the little bastard.
Restrain with the whips. He can
Nope, he's
probably only
trying.
do the mist one time.
Let me double check something here. Okay. I am going to go for a normal sword swing, and that will be 14 to hit.
You would see him. You would see the little guy move out of the way.
Okay, bonus action. I would like the Eldritch Blast.
Fair.
Dirty 17.
He would not get out. He would almost get out of the way, but he would not get out of the way.
All right, take 4 damage, bitch.
He looks almost bloodied.
I will end my turn on that note.
Is he like level 2?
Probably.
He's like level 1 or 2. There's no way.
No, it's like you hit him, and it's like he visibly looks like distressed, but his actual hit points is probably fine.
Gotcha.
It's the most like, you really hate fighting, huh? You picked up vengeance once because you wanted revenge, and now you're just depressed. Alright. God. You would see Snooky go forward with the two whips and swing as she's gonna. Oh, what the fuck is that? Okay. Oh, okay. No, he's not getting out of the way of that. As Noki just puts the whips all around, as she puts the whip on his right leg and then his right arm, as she just goes stab it, as she yanks him towards her and technically towards Ryu. As she just overhead slams the fucking Tanuki into the ground. Stamp it.
Oh, man. That's one way to make it work.
Yeah, as she will now fucking, as she would snap her fingers at the Tanuki, as you would see him kind of start to writhe on the ground.
Fair enough.
As you see a little Yavina rune appear in her hand for a moment. Because she like, stop your shit. Fuck you. You little bastard. As, Harfu is going to hold his actions in case the little bastard teleports again.
Alright.
Fair enough.
And again, Ryu hears the creepiest, just, you got this. Hey, it's like he doesn't want to bite the little guy. He doesn't know how much health he has. Like,
Fair.
As, basically everyone in the party is going to kind of wait with dealing with this little Tanuki. Because, also what Ryu can tell, what everyone can tell pretty quickly is, he doesn't seem to be, like, that strong. Like,
Yeah.
He's got some levels in Paladin, but it's like fighting a toddler. Like,
Yeah.
so Ryu just kind of sees everyone just kind of sit there like, I'ma hold my action to dodge. I'm just...
That's fair.
So, Ryu can now roll Kana
Okay.
on the fucking Tanuki.
Nat 20.
This bitch has the weakest will you have ever encountered. You bend his will to your demand immediately and uncorrupt him.
That works.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm also using my second win so I can get some of my health back.
Fair enough.
Get a D10 plus 4. But yeah, so I'm for my... Oh, I got max. Awesome. So that's 14
Nice.
HP back.
Fucking
Hell
nice.
yeah. That's like nearly all your hit points you lost from casting spells.
Yeah. Let's see, that's 8, and there's still... So that's 6 more onto here. So I'll only be missing like 4 health.
Fuck yeah.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, so you guys would uncorrupt the Tanuki and the Wibble Wobble.
Hell yeah.
This little Wibble Wobble kind of looks around like, yay. It just looks happy as you see it start like slowly waddling forward.
Oh god.
As it seems to be humming lightly in terrain as it's waddling.
Mm-hmm.
So anyone who understands terrain, which I don't think anyone here does.
I know Abyssal.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna say this anyway. All it's saying is wobble, wobble, wobble. It's walking. That's all it's doing.
Gotcha would just kind of smile as it wibble wobbles away.
It wibble wobbles around, so it's sticking nearby. It just seems to be existing. Because it's like, what is it kind of looking at the mine as well? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
What happened? Where my home go?
All right, so
We gotta start on
the
burying.
plan for the mine. So we are talking about making a crack or finding a spot for me to slip
Yes.
through to let
Yeah.
the miners know, hey, we're gonna try to free you essentially. So don't
Okay.
be near
Yeah.
the entrance.
So you would then see Jalapeno, in his infinite little wisdom, walk up to the Wibble-Wobble, just go, nya, 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 nya. The Wibble-Wobble just wobbles side to side. You just see Jalapeno, nya, 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 nya. As you just see this little conversation between these two people you can't understand. As the Wibble-Wobble then walks towards the mine and just kind of slowly starts stomping his little feet, as you would start to see the rubble start to shift.
Oh.
As you would basically see it be able to make a little crack at the top for John to slip through. As the guy,
give him a
as
boost
from
so he can reach it.
Before
Need a
John
booster
picks up
seat?
on that, he
Yeah.
will turn to the Wibble-Wobble and Jalapeno, and he'll just say, "Nicely done, you two. Now then." He'll walk over to Ozymandias, and he'll just say, he'll give him his sword and shield, and just says, "Mind hanging on to this for a minute?"
Mhm.
And he will accept
Get a
your
boost
boost
from
up,
Ryu.
Ryu.
Alright. So I grab your right leg with all 4 hands and I throw you up.
Yeah. As go ahead.
As John, I'm. Is there like anywhere for him to just kind of grip onto really quick before he goes in through the crack in the hole in the wall?
So basically he can grab onto the edge of the crack, yeah.
Okay, so what I want to essentially do is try to call out into the crack since they'll be able to hear John technically now, and I'll just say, "Oi, whoever's in there, I'm a friendly ally. I promise. I'm coming in." I mean, John's just kind of hoping that's like, all right, well, if he's an enemy, he wouldn't announce his position like that, you know what I mean? So that's why he's just giving them a warning before he slips in.
Yeah, alright. And you'll slide right in, and luckily because you're made of fire, you literally just slip in, you're fine.
Gotcha.
And I would say this, and I know there's gonna be someone who's like, why isn't the Wibble-Wobble just clearing the whole area? It's not strong enough. It's literally like a baby elemental. The little bastard just came into existence probably a month ago. Like, he's...
Yeah.
not...
I had that thought too, actually.
He's not... He's like, I can move it a little bit. Now I'm tired. Yeah, the Wibble-Wobble just kind of, like, lays down. That's what Ryu watches.
Fair
It
enough.
kind of, like, moves its body forward and just flattens out its legs and just lays down.
I mean, considering the way that it manipulates Earth is normally by creating little earthquakes and things like that, I don't think having it unbury it would be smart anyways, because it would probably cause another cave-in trying to fix the said cave-in, so yeah.
Yeah, it's like, I'm gonna cause minor vibrations. Okay, there, that's all I'm gonna do. No, I don't touch it. I sit here now. As John, you would head in. I'm gonna grab the person that's going to meet you. Because
yeah.
what? It's just
I was
what?
just gonna say, yeah, it's just Acrid. He's just in there like, hey man, what's up?
What's going on,
What's going on,
bitch?
dude? Yeah, you're stuck.
Actually, on ya.
Everything in this world that is happening right now, it's because of me. Yeah, I made this happen. I DM it. You're in my
Oh, you're in.
bitch.
Oh God, you got yourself trapped in a cave-in.
All right.
Suddenly, John Sean's on a podcast.
God, no.
I
No.
feel like John Sean would somehow get himself canceled for something that, like, just didn't happen. Like, you know what I mean? Like he just said something, but he didn't word it right, so everybody just assumes, like, it's, like, some horrible thing. In reality, he just didn't even do at all what they were expecting.
Actually, no. You know how people just link J-Schlatt to like horrific world events.
Yeah,
It would
yeah.
just probably be like that, except John is so stupid he'll just accidentally agree to it.
Oh yeah, I can see that too.
All right. So there's two people that, as John would make his way in, he would see the dancing lights get cast as he starts making his way into the mine, and it's fucking pitch black in here. Like, John, you can see with your dark vision, but it's still like, okay, I think the wall's over here, type dark.
Got it.
Like, depth perception is not your friend here.
Got it.
As you would see dancing lights get cast, as you would see two people standing there. And you would see this guy waiting.
Oh.
All right.
Oh, is it that guy we heard so much about last Saturday?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably it's a human. We are looking at a human with black dreads. He has the dreads where, with his hair, he has the sides and the back basically cut. I know there is a more specific name for this haircut type. I don't know the exact name, but I do know dreads is in the correct direction of that. Not cornrows, but dreads. But they seem to be brushed more towards the face, like going just directly forward. Circular glasses from what I can tell. Pretty tanned skin. He's also got like 3 floating books, a wooden staff made of like branches that are intertwining multiple ways. He's wearing a like light gray undershirt that looks like it might be, even though it's not long sleeve, it looks like it's probably some type of weird sweater, except it's sleeveless probably. Or it could be short sleeve, but you can't really see it because over it with a long sleeve is a giant dark brown jacket that he has. That is, it's not quite robe-like, but it's pretty close to just being a flat-out robe. But you know, no zip or anything like that. It's just like it goes over the back and the sides basically, and then has the long arms. And then a light brown cloak going over that, kind of like it's like a light brown, almost goldish in a way. And then these like dark aqua blue pants, black socks with golden sandals. That is a crime. And lastly, is that he has a little belt around his waist that seems to have a little pouch for random things, probably used for like ritual casting, and 2 random vials of something blue in it.
Yeah. And John, you would see that guy standing there, and he's not really pointing his staff at you, but it's that thing of, yeah, he's definitely directing it at you because he doesn't know who the fuck's coming down.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's like, I've been told to protect these fucking people, and I'm gonna be damned if you're gonna get to them before you get through me. There's only one other person, as you would see him, and you would see this lady, this little goblin.
You see a goblin with a witch hat. Honestly, I'm gonna be real. It almost looks like they were probably on their way to becoming a hobgoblin because they look a little bit taller than a normal goblin, if I'm not mistaken. But they have these like very goblin-like ears, like the very long, flanky ears. Black raven-like hair that it seems to be braided. So normally where the bangs would kind of like come down and like go drape over the shoulders, those 2 areas have been braided. And then they still drape over the shoulders, just not anywhere as long as they would have if they hadn't been braided. Pretty like normalish green skin for our goblin though. And then just kind of like a black undershirt that seems to be long sleeve, but she seems to have rolled it up a bit. Black pants, a black jacket over that. It's all the same shade too, by the way. And apparently no shoes.
It's goblin.
Yes. Oh, and yellow eyes.
Yeah.
Like a cat.
Yeah, she's kind of standing behind him as there is light magic swirling in her hands, as she's also prepped, but you would see hers kind of dissipate slowly as it's like, oh, it's an elemental. Okay, well, we know he's not fucking corrupted. Like, that's kind of how she's reacting to that, and you would just hear the guy go, well, I wasn't expecting anyone. You would slowly lower staff.
As John kind of reforms through the crack, he'll have his hands sort of up, just kind of show that he's holding no weapons. And he'll just say, Hello there. Are you two hurt anywhere?
Not anymore. We've been healed. Now, crack. I'm assuming you either got help or you managed to somehow bring an elemental here.
Mix of both, actually. John Shot, by the way. And you are?
Pleasure. Dennis. He's just a human. He's a...
I'm gonna be honest, that pause was me waiting for the goblin. That does the goblin not say their
The
name?
goblin doesn't assume you're talking to her. You just see her just sit there like, she just sits there like, alright, yeah, they're talking.
Got it. Alright. Awkward pause aside, John Shaw continues saying. So, I'm with the group, and, well, I'm going to be honest, the plan is to, he'll just kind of click his non-existent tongue and point to the wall behind him and just say, blow up the entrance, setting you lot free. But, we figured, you should probably be aware of that.
You just see Dennis's eyes, like, you see his eyebrows go up as he's like, ah, I see you ran into Baron. Got it. Alright. He starts backing away from the entrance.
Before that, is there anyone who's in critical condition or fire in the hole?
No.
I'm joking. He's just like peeking through the crack.
You see, it was that thing of you started saying, and you just immediately almost saw magic forming as I won't lie, Dennis's book started to rotate. As he basically seemed to be switching what school of magic he was using.
Fair.
Yeah, you do know that he follows 3 different schools of fucking wizardry. So this dude is really fucking smart.
Fair.
As he goes, do not blow that up before we get away from it, please.
Don't worry, I won't. I'm pulling your leg.
Yeah, as you would see Dennis, he would go, not anymore. We ran into some, I think they're called dwarves. We didn't know they were down there, but we ran into them, and they luckily didn't kill us.
What is that?
Short people.
Aren't those halflings?
Halflings, but actually have muscle. And aren't cowardly.
That's the
Okay,
okay.
Hey, I can't believe I'm saying this, but we should probably get a move on. All right.
Yeah.
All right. In that
Dennis
case,
is going to
Ryu,
backpedal.
Yeah.
All right, Ryu, I'm coming back in. Might want to get out of the way.
I mean, you could have just stayed on that side. It'd be easier.
He's already coming through the crack.
Alright, you could have saved time.
You just see the goblin go, oh yeah, by the way, name's Arxie. And she runs back with Dennis as they back the fuck away from the entrance.
Got it.
As she now tells you her name as you're leaving.
After John comes back, he'll just get his weapons back from Ozymandias.
Fucking what you saying?
Ozymandias. Tall, big guy with sword.
He has another name called the Boar. You could just call him the Boar.
The boy, yeah, that might be easier.
Yeah, that.
God.
It's also
Alright.
Osmond. There you go, Osmond.
Osman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Explosion.
Boom.
Alright, cool. So, John, you jump down, and, as you land, you would look to your right, and there is a fucking, just an entire detonation keg just sitting there, like, maybe 5 feet away from you as you land.
Oh,
I told you should have stayed on the other side.
John's eyes would just, like, widen as he lands, and he would, like, take several cartoonishly big steps away from it.
That's just fucking funny. It's just, I just see the John's like, you could just stay, alright, like, Rio's just sitting there, like, you should stay over there, okay, you wanted to come back, just don't hit the explosive, you
I didn't
dumbass.
think about it, to be honest.
Yeah, no, the
At least the way I thought about it was like, it would make sense that we were probably setting the explosives up while you're doing it.
yeah, because
That makes
John, you
sense.
did have to walk in
Yeah.
a little bit to find them.
Gotcha.
But also, Dennis knows how fucking strong that detonation is gonna be, so he ain't trying to be anywhere near that shit.
Understandable.
As you would come back out, as you would see that Charlie or Chalia is gone, as she's run off with a different detonation to set up and detonate that off, as she is a fucking fast ass bajuk, so she's going to run for her fucking life.
That's fair.
As
For
yeah.
her to get back before we set things off, obviously.
Yeah, she's run off and she's going to light a fuse. And pray to God she gets back in time before that shit explodes.
Fair.
Like, alright, long system fuse. There we go. Light. Fucking run. As John, it'd be about like 5 minutes. Like, it'd be about 10 minutes. Y'all be waiting. And then you would see Chalia come back. Maybe for Ryu, it'd be about 10 minutes in total, with John going in, walking around, talking to them, coming back.
Yeah.
For John, you come back, and like a minute later, Chalia comes sprinting out of an alleyway as Ryu's just like, all right, and just hits the button.
Oh no!
Checks.
As it's like, you guys are all away from y'all are probably safe distance away.
I would imagine.
Hopefully.
I make a sandbag, and I hide behind the sandbag.
I'm just away.
I don't know why, but I really just pictured like Ryu like standing next to explosives. Like it's that like cartoonishly short fuse line.
Yeah.
And then Ryu just claps his hands, lifts it above, like a sandbag fucking like bunker forms above him, and then just falls on him. And he's just like, all right, and then hits the button.
Hell yeah.
But no. As Ryu, it'd be about 5 seconds later that the first detonation would go off in the lower city, off away from both entrances, and then Ryu would set off the secondary explosion.
Hell yeah.
As the cave-in rubble detonates, and for the most part flies kind of to the side of the caves and kind of gets blown out of the cave, but probably a fair chunk of it goes into the cave.
Fair.
Ah, yeah.
As the smoke hogga
Yeah.
as you guys would see this, like, basically these 4 detonations go off simultaneously to blow out the rubble and the dust, as basically a plume of dust would cover about like a 300-foot area around this mine. So
Yeah.
everyone but John is coughing for like a minute.
John is really the type to just kind of, he sees everyone coughing, he'll just say, "You guys okay? Is it allergy season or something like that?"
We have lungs. Smoke will bother us.
Oh.
Yeah.
Shit.
Just a fucking like just cough. As you would just hear, well, that's my inconvenience. That's wow, that's a big explosion. Oh,
Who?
that's the Tanuki.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's quite a little explosion. That's cool.
Which detonation charges, of course, are massive. What you're expecting, Tanuki.
He was expecting it. Doesn't make it any better. As Hectos, do you release that heck?
Yeah.
Okay, he would.
Thank
Grudgingly. Also, the Tanuki walking at like 10 feet a turn.
God. Oh god.
The heck, just like, alright. Just undoes it.
How many people are coming out of this cave, by the way?
Well, at first, nobody. Because smoke and
Yeah.
rubble.
Makes sense.
And then, you guys would slowly see a, like, bubble. Like, an abjuration bubble.
Yeah.
Come walking out. As Dennis is holding up a bubble to protect people.
Hell yeah.
God.
As he was probably holding up a shield. And you can see that, like, the front side of that shield is, like, nearly obliterated from the amount of rubble that he blocked.
Yeah, that checks, that checks.
And you just kind of see that look of, like, the human look of, like, I thought I was far enough away. I can't lie. I thought I was safe. No.
Oh, man.
This is why I use magic. This is why I create fucking defenses. God damn it.
Yeah.
As you guys would see him and the witch come walking out. As you guys would see also this guy come walking out.
Draw would he would give like a very goofy, friendly wave to them as they are like walking out.
Dennis.
Okay.
I fucking
We see another human, shirtless, but he has a very destroyed red, like dark red burgundy robe. And when I say like it's destroyed, it's like that thing of like he's using it more like a cape at this point because it has the sleeves bit, but it's obvious that it should cover the front of his chest and stomach, like the front bit, and it's just been torn to shreds. Long, unkept, messy ass black hair. That goes like down to his shoulders because, you know, they've been stuck in the mines for a while. And these very baggy, dark blue pants that he seems to be wearing. And wraps around his ankles and feet with sandals on.
Yeah.
That's the guy we're dealing with.
Yeah. As you guys would see two dudes come walking out simultaneously. They might be brothers. If you had to
Okay.
guess.
Yeah.
Hold on, they're sending.
Alright, we're looking at a tiefling, a blue tiefling with black horns that literally curve outwards and then inwards, but they go directly up instead of being slanted back or forward. Pointy ears, a lot of earrings on both sides, silver earrings to be more specific on both sides of the ears. Navy, dark blue, but almost black, like raven-like hair. Yellowish eyes, has a smoking pipe. Black choker with a lot of spikes, silver spikes, a lot of necklaces over his chest. No shirt on whatsoever, no decency. A lot of tattoos, a lot of black tattoos up on the shoulder, on like literally the shoulder balls. Like that's literally where it's at, and specifically on his right arm as well. And there seems to be one going across the right side of his rib cage. Besides that, dark blue pants. It looks like he did have a shirt. But it looks like he's made those into rags, maybe he knows medicine or something like that, because it looks like he has a bunch of rags that he has tucked in random pockets and are just kind of hanging from his, like, pair of pants. So he probably had a blue and white flannel. Not anymore. He also has fangs, which I'm realizing. And for a tiefling, surprisingly, no tail, which is a little odd. And black boots. Is that weapon that I see in the picture, does he have that as well, or?
So what he has on his back is like a double-ended war pick.
Okay.
That he's wielding, which
Gotcha.
is
So I'm guessing-
unique.
So I'm guessing he has, like, I know in the second image of him, he has, like, a leather strap, but it's, like, really close up. Is it just like that? Is it just a leather strap just holding up the weapon, then?
Yeah, there's a leather strap that goes across his, like, chest.
Gotcha.
The war pick kind of looks like probably a modified pickaxe. So
Gotcha.
Yo.
The second person that was said was maybe his brother, but it's not confirmed, is a darker blue-skinned tiefling. His is not like a raven, but blue hair. His is just straight up dark blue hair. Black horns, similar shade, except his curls back, more like goat horns, essentially. His ears aren't as long, but still pretty pointy, still pretty long. A lot of silver, earrings and necklaces, just like the other guy. A black choker, except his doesn't have spikes, like unlike the other one. He has more tattoos. His basically goes on both of his arms, covering his arms, and then like essentially across his chest and shoulders. And then I want to mention both of these guys are like lean muscular. Like they've got abs for days, but they don't really have like bulky bodies, if that makes sense. They've actually got pretty skinny legs, if anything. So they're definitely more upper body than lower body, but it makes sense because mining and all that.
Yes.
He actually does have a tail. He has a rather like short but dark blue tail that has like a little point at the end. Dark blue pants that seem to be pretty well kept considering they're stuck in the mines for a while, and a leather belt with 2 leather straps to go across his hip for like holding onto like random weapons and stuff. And black boots.
Yeah. He does have a like a battle axe that's on his back.
Yeah. He also has fangs, by the way, too.
Yes. As
I'm imagining, are there commoners?
There's like 2 or 3 commoners you'd see also come walking out.
Okay.
Like there's a few like you're realizing that like there's also from what Dennis he will explain here in a moment.
Yeah.
Something a little bit more details that'll come up later. But you would see one last guy come walking out.
Okay.
This fucking titan of a fucking
Yo.
lizard folk.
So we're looking at a lizard folk, very like aqua. It's like the aqua blue, aqua green like color for scales, but it's like a very dark coloring of that very dark shade of it. And then obviously, just like any other lizard folk, they had that like beige underbelly essentially. But he's bulky as fuck. Like he's definitely probably been doing the mines for a lot longer, cause
Yeah.
man's got shoulders, chest, abs, and like bulky upper body in general for fucking days. He's got spikes on the top of his head and probably going down his back by the looks of it. Very rough scales. And he's not really wearing like a shirt or anything like that. He does have wraps around his wrists. And he does look to seem to have some very like custom made, very bulky rings. Probably made out of iron by the looks of it. Those don't look like normal decorational rings. And then he does have like what looks like dark gray pants with a leather belt going around it, where he has like a bunch of like pocket, like little bags that you can attach to it, essentially.
Yeah.
Alright.
Alright, as those 4 are walking out, John would just kind of call out to them, just saying, "Hello, everyone. How are you? Hi."
Oh my god. They're alive. That's about all I can ask for sometimes.
They just all have like veteran trauma faces on them, I guess.
Like, well, I mean, most of them they've from what you guys would have figured out, this town fought to try and stay standing, and then they only eventually retreated into the mines.
Yeah.
Because they just ran out of materials.
I would just kind of read their faces and just think to himself, "Ooh, I think I misread the room here."
Yeah, yeah, you did on this one, buddy.
I did it unintentionally, to be fair. It's just character.
You would see the lighter-skinned blue tiefling kind of like give a half attempt. He tries, but like the other one, like, but also both of them have pipes that are actively smoking.
Yeah.
So yeah, they are both smoking. As the lizard folk just looks over at you. The human doesn't really do anything. He might not have heard you. Like,
Gotcha.
What is everyone's passive perception?
17.
17 for Ryu. Okay.
Yeah.
But John?
15.
15. Okay. So Ryu will notice this.
Uh-huh.
And I will see. Burn notices. Psyche does not. Agnath does not. Noki does. Osmond does not. Tarfu does not. As descending from above y'all, like coming out from above the mines, is a guy sitting on nothing,
Okay.
just descending. As
I've seen this bastard. He's back. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Go watch the Hidden Garden campaign. You'll see this guy around as well.
Okay, sure, give me a sec.
We're looking at the fucking Fey Noble from the past world. It is this human, quote unquote. There's no confirming that. He has owl eyes. These like yellow, bright owl-looking eyes. He wears this like blue, like fancy blue and golden like shirt, and this like black pair of pants, and then just a really creepy looking face. Is his owl still with him?
Yes.
Of course.
The owl has not changed.
I don't think the sanity zone can corrupt these bastards. It's gonna be real. I'm pretty sure they're already corrupt.
It's like, what I mean, I have the face guidance. What does that mean?
Yeah. Man.
But yeah, they're here. As they would lay it, and you would just see Burn just look over like, oh, why are you here? Why are you back? Oh god, okay. Like it's just accepted that, well, he's back. Lovely.
Oh man. Of course he's back.
He's
Yeah.
back again.
We're just gonna look up and just go, oh, another guest, I guess. Alright. Well, that's fine. Come on down.
Yeah, he just floats down sitting on nothing. Like he's sitting on the air.
Yeah.
He looks as if he would be sitting on like a couch or something. Like it just, you don't know why, but it looks like the way he's positioned, he was once sitting on a couch and he just never sat up. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
screw it. John would definitely look at this guy and definitely ask, How are you doing that?
He like tilts his head at you, and you see the owl at the same time tilt its head. As he doesn't respond, but he just smiles. As John would get this inner feeling of like, Fey magic. That's just your guts telling you Fey magic of some fucking twisted sort.
Ah.
John was just kind of thinking to himself at this point, just, man, I'm ready to go home.
Yeah, there's no home.
Or
Alright.
base or whatever.
Yeah, so I guess I'll just look to the group. You just kind of go, I'm Ryozuka, pleasure to meet you all. We're gonna make this quick because we do not need to be wasting time here. We're here to escort you to try and get you back to the kingdom. There's a safe zone where your mentality will be completely in check and will be safe and will not be getting drained away like you are here. However, that's in the old country of Kibai, or some of you may know it as a different word, but that's how I always will remember the country. Short story, we need to get you there. Our headquarters is in Kine Island. For now, just make your way out to the border of the town. We still have to handle a few things in Athleney. But we will send other people to accompany you, so that way you can meet up with the rest that are outside the town already. And from there, hopefully we can get you guys all safe and home.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Essentially, because I know we need to, one, we need to get that shard for John, and two,
Yeah.
The tavern that we also need to go check.
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying we should send them in a separate group. My thought, so this way we can kind of whittle down our group so it's not too big. We can send the majority of people with them and just keep Agnes, Psyche, and probably just Tarfu with us. I think that should be more than enough for us to be able to handle what's in the way.
Osmond, Noki, and the Burin, and the other two will go with.
Actually, here, let me ask this. Dylan, do you want Tarfu or do you want Noki?
Noki.
Okay. Sorry, Tofu. I.
Alright, Tarfu will go with them, and Noki will stay with.
Yep. I honestly, I figured I should ask because I feel like I called too many shots. So I'm like, I know if I remember correctly, John Sean doesn't like Tarfu, so I'm like, okay, I should throw that out there.
Just to be a bit more clear on it, he doesn't like it he doesn't really like, let me start that again. It's not a matter of liking, it's just more,
He's afraid.
holy shit, this guy is scary and murderous.
Yeah. That's
I mean,
more
his
what I meant by
introduction
it,
was
yeah.
him shattering the neck of a fucking sorceress, so...
Exactly.
It's fair. Yeah, also, it kind of makes more sense to bring Noki anyways, now that I'm thinking about it as well, because, if we're heading to the tavern, if anyone's gonna know where people might be hiding in a tavern, it's gonna be Noki.
Yeah, she can literally detect blood, so...
Yeah.
True.
Like, don't get me wrong, I know Ryu technically has some, like, experience with it, because the whole, like, background stuff, he would have known tavern checkings and good spots to hide, but he can't check for literal blood.
Yeah.
So, yeah. In a weird way, Noki sounded like a heat-seeking missile. So now I guess the question is, which one do we run into first? The Red Lining Tavern, or, not the Red Lining, the Red Lining Tavern, or the Crystal?
I say tavern on the chance we run into the commander guy on our way there.
I mean, that's the thing, right? It's just a luck thing. We really can't predict it. Because we also gotta find the tavern. We don't know where the tavern's at either. We literally don't know where either of these are. This is more of me just saying, like, we literally can't pick.
I hear you. I
We
hear you.
really just have to look.
How about this? If we don't know where we're going,
Let's discuss. I'm very confused on this. All we can do is just look, and then we just.
I'm trying to think of any ideas, but there are none that are coming to me right now. So
yeah, we just look.
Yeah,
We
let's
just go in a random direction.
Yeah, that's all we can do for that.
Also, Dennis would give a very fast, as he's about to leave, he goes, that's Xeon, that's Ozrus, that's Arcros, and that's Vought.
Alright. For more information on that, to be more specific, Zion is the guy that didn't speak, Ozrus is the light blue tiefling, Arcos is the dark blue tiefling, and Vought is the lizard folk. And the noble still has not told us his name. And he didn't in the last campaign either, so I doubt he's gonna tell us now.
I never got this fucker's name. He watched me commit a crime, and he said nothing.
Yep.
I don't love fucking creepy ass fucking fake people.
Gotta love it.
God, it's funny. Alright. You guys head off, let me see. You guys would all kind of, it's that thing of, y'all would, kind of very quickly make an exit, as, the storm of, like, monsters coming towards the area is, pretty loud. Like, y'all can hear them coming.
Yeah.
As, so, you guys can, this is where I will give y'all an option on which way y'all want to run, and that will determine kind of what y'all run into. Burren's gonna lead them through the back alleys of the town, and that's where he's gonna take the other party. So there's obviously the main road, which I don't think y'all want to do.
No.
Why not? It's only slightly dangerous.
Shut up. Next option.
Shut up. Next option. Anyways, God, fuck. You guys would then see there's the side street that would kind of lead probably towards more the kind of, it looks like more of a residential side street. There's more of a back alley side street that looks where probably criminals hung out and traveled when they were trying to dodge, anyone.
Yeah.
And then there's the, side roads that would lead normally out of town, that head towards the capital.
If we're being honest here, it might be more likely, because the one thing that we know that stays put is the tavern. The commander thing doesn't. That thing moves. So we can't predict that, but we can predict the tavern. Tavern's probably going to be most likely, counting on the type of tavern that the red lining's supposed to be, is most likely probably going to be either on the side street on the way in between towns like that, or maybe main road or back street. Those are probably the 3 best options to try and find that.
I can agree with that.
Maybe
But y'all don't want to go down the main road.
Yeah, we don't want to go down the main road for obvious reasons. Side road might be good.
Alright, sounds good to me.
What could possibly be so dangerous? Literal fucking gods approaching. I don't know, just a gut feeling that maybe going that way is a bad idea. Call it a gut feeling. As yeah.
Yeah.
You guys head off as you guys go down the side street?
Yeah.
Do I remember? Okay, cool. Psyche, Agnath, and Noki all and John and Ryu all run in that direction. As did y'all send Jalapeno with the other group, or does Jalapeno stick with you guys?
I thought he was going with the other group because we don't want the
Cool.
group to be too big.
All right, cool. So Jalapeno's going with the other group, which that other group is fucking massive.
Yeah.
But
It's also got a lot of people that can actually defend it, so it should be fine.
Jalapeno's like, I got this. Runs. Yeah, as basically also from what you guys could tell, none of the other people looked bloodied, but none of them looked like they were at full health. So
Yeah.
it's like, all right, they can fight. It's just, oh, it's gonna be rough if they have to.
Yeah.
All right. So let me see. How's this fucking go? As I'm gonna need some perception, some eyeball check.
Very well.
That is a 16 plus 7, so 23.
30-20.
Okay. Psyche. Psyche with a 4.
Yeah, check. She doesn't have good perception.
Well, lately, it really just does sound like Acrid, Psyche is just Acrid being disappointed in his own daughter whenever he talks about Psyche.
Yeah.
Dude, she does not roll well at all. The fucking mimic can't do shit.
Yeah.
Alright, well, as if like a fucking missile, as you guys would head on, Noki's like, oh, there's the strip club.
Yeah, see, this is why we brought Noki. Alright. Is it the one that was mentioned, the red lining?
Yes, you guys see
Okay.
the red lighting tavern. She's like, yeah, there we go. That's the stripper held.
That checks, yeah. Yeah, this is why, because the one thing we knew about it was that it was a Yavina's, like, tavern. So that's kind of another reason why I wanted to bring Noki. It was the most, like, if anyone's gonna know, it's gonna be the favored. Alright, yeah.
Yup.
Yeah.
As you guys would see some runes that are glowing within the building.
Okay.
Which is Yavina runes, which because you don't follow Yavina, you don't know what they mean.
I'm just gonna look at one of the runes and just go, what fucking language?
Yavina.
She has a language?
Yeah.
Why?
Cause magic.
Cool.
I mean, wouldn't that just cause more diversity problems and they just make it harder for communication between people?
No, because we know what it says.
But for the people that don't,
So they don't need to know.
so I don't need to know.
Well, no, you do.
So then, see how that's a problem? Okay.
In very specific situations, maybe.
Do you want to read them for us?
Oh yeah, I probably should.
Yes, that would be good. That or
Okay,
you're gonna need to give me your eyes or something, because...
No,
Yeah,
I don't think you want them.
No, I don't. You're right. I don't want them. I don't want
I don't think it would make your mind work. Okay, now,
My mind works fine. No,
I don't think you want to see what I see. Anyways,
I don't want to see
Man,
half of the things Javina's people sees.
Man, mind works. I wonder what that's like.
What? He takes a very long stare at John.
John stares back.
You'll figure it out one day, buddy.
Okay, you would just see Nokijo. Oh, I know what these do.
Doesn't answer what? What do they do, Noki? Please.
Okay. Okay. So you see that one that's on the outside? That's a bomb.
Oh.
So is it sector below?
No, it's a defense thing.
So are we good to go in? Or
Yeah,
are we
no, we're
going-
safe. She would poke each one of the people She would poke John and Ryu and Agnes and Psyche. She would poke each of you, and you'd see a tiny bit of like blood magic go on. You see, okay, now you're safe.
He squints his eyes and just goes,
This ward's active. This is the work of Katsu. This is Katsu's work.
I'm gonna talk with him when I get back.
You would just see, she would go, I didn't realize he put this many wards up on his buildings. I was unaware he put this much effort into these things. Oh boy.
I mean, he is a noble. That would check out.
I mean, no, there's like wards against everything. Like, this building will not fall.
God.
Like, she cannot stress enough. This building is safe. It does not matter what hits it. This building is not moving. Everything else will crumble. This building will stand.
My God.
She's like, there's literally a rune of floating. I don't know why he thought it would be necessary, but it's here.
A rune of floating.
So if the island sinks, the building will float.
It doesn't. If the island sinks, it doesn't matter if it will float. The patrons are dead.
I don't know. It's just, yeah, I know, but still, it's there.
That is not useful.
It's still there.
Alright.
There's also like several runes of like blood evisceration if someone attacks. Which is like a fairly high level thing. I didn't know he had access to that. She
Yeah.
heads in.
Alright, yeah, let's just go.
She walks in with confidence.
Yeah, that's fair.
As I think Nits, this is like a pretty like a pretty decent styled version of the red lining, which I don't know if you have a description you want to use, or I can give it to you. Give it to you. This one, it follows a standard practice of the red lining.
There's like a reference picture that we had when we made the red lining way back when, but I don't have anything on now. I know like one of the big things was they had like normally like a really big barrel normally in the middle of the room, so that way the bartender had like a circular counter that went around a 360 essentially.
Hell yeah.
Like I know that was like one thing. I know the colors were normally very like velvets and reds, and like they had a very red themed like interior. That's the things that I do remember about it.
Yeah. So everything is very well taken care of. Even in the end of what would technically be like the end of the world, everything here looks fine. Like almost untouched by the explosions.
Of course.
Everything here is in peak fucking condition. Like there's a scratch kind of on the window.
I really hope one of those fucking Defiler followers decides to try and come in here one day. They're like if they're like searching for someone and they just get themselves blown to smithereens.
Yeah. Noki did mention that one of the defenses, only one of the defense wards is blood evisceration. Which is like, what in the fuck does that do? I don't want to know. What is...
There's a lot we probably shouldn't know about.
Yeah, as oh boy, here comes more people. Yay!
Girl, I get to describe more people. I'm so excited.
I didn't see you happy.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean,
man.
I can help out, but Nits, you seem to like it so much that, well, I mean, I don't want to get in your way. I mean, you just seem so good at it.
I'm gonna be real. I think last time I tried letting you describe a character.
It did not go well.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I know I'm
yeah.
not gonna.
Yeah. I mean, you at least did better than Acrid, because last time I let Acrid do one, he was like, he's green, and he wears clothing. I'm like, ah, man, good job.
Yeah, I think I was feeling really off or something that day.
Yeah, I think you did like something like a little bit more. You're like, yeah, he's green and he wears clothing and he's got a necklace. And I'm like, that there's so much more to that picture.
I've gotten better.
You have.
It's just not when I want to put on the spot. I'm like, ah.
Yeah, when you're on the spot, you get kind of flaky on it.
There's a description. All right, so here come all the people, and I want to mention all these people look completely unharmed. So at least you know the cat. Also, you would feel as if the whispers in your voice in your heads kind of like drain away as you enter the building.
Oh hell yeah!
As if this building is so connected to Yavina, that you're completely safe from anyone's influence but hers.
Suddenly, I really want to go out of this building.
Suddenly, John's flames turned to pink.
Kinda.
Wait,
There's like a light crimson tone to his flames.
Okay, I feel like John at one point would just kind of look at his hands and see like the pink tone, and his eyes would just kind of grow cartoonishly big, and he'll just go, "What?"
Dude, honestly, I feel like this is the type of tavern that you walk into it, man. And you walk in, you've got like black hair, you're looking fine. You walk out, you've got like pink hair, your body composition is different, and like suddenly you're like half blood elemental. Like that's the type of thing, that's the type of vibe I've gotten.
Welcome to the Red Lining Tavern, where everything is permitted. Anyways,
Yep.
Yeah.
Here comes the list of people.
Oh god, here we go. Okay, yeah. Dude, we've got so many people to escort. Okay, so we have a woman, looks like a human, pretty palish. I saw that smash.
No, you did.
Pretty palish, I did. Red eyes.
you
Actually,
did.
no, those are actually hazel eyes. We have not seen someone with hazel eyes, like, almost ever in this campaign. Platinum blonde hair. That's a very specific color of blonde. It's not like the yellowish. It's like that, like, almost whitish, silverish type of color, by the way.
Yeah.
But still, she has 3 earrings, like, on the left ear, and I can't see if she has any on the right ear, so I'm gonna assume no. She has some golden rings on her right hand, but not on the left. She has a golden necklace around her neck. It's a pretty short one, and on top of that, it seems to have some type of, like, gem, some, like, red gem, like, centered in the middle of it. Which makes the shape of like a trapezoid is a good way to put it. Decently, decently endowed. Let's put it like that when it comes to body type. Slender but decently endowed. She's wearing a like black blouse essentially. That's a little baggy on the sleeves but tight around the you know what. And what looks like black pants, or is that supposed to just be a black dress?
It's a dress.
Okay, so it's a black, so no blouse in. It's just a black dress, just a little bit more, I guess, clingy to the body. But yeah. And then the next lady that we see, or guy, or them, I actually don't know, I can't tell. They could be gender fluid for all I know. But we're looking at a person. I'm gonna guess by the eyes that this might be an aberrant mimic. Is this another greater mimic taken person shape?
It may be, probably. And it also seems to be the bouncer, because they're the only one to immediately take kind of a defensive as y'all enter, like, oh, wait a minute.
Okay,
Oh, wait.
Gotcha. So, they are very humanoid. They have a normal humanoid, like, human body. But they have, like, basically a ghost white, like, face. But no mouth, no nose, red eyes, and they have those similar, like, almost alien-like eyes, similar to what Psyche has. Psyche at least has pupils. This thing doesn't have pupils. black hair that kind of like comes down to the chin, kind of wavy hair though, and the end bits are like dyed like an ocean blue, so it's mainly black but then goes ocean blue near the end bits of it. They have like 6 small black antlers, quote unquote. They're basically shaped like branches, but we'll go by antlers. They're wearing what looks like a navy blue pair of pants and a navy blue undershirt, which is then being covered by a black trench coat that goes all the way down to the ground, and it has a like dark blue floral looking designed hood that goes over it. And it looks like the insides of the sleeve, which I will mention, these sleeves are very like, you know, like how wizard robes, like when they lift, they're supposed to be insanely baggy, like way bigger than the actual arm, to the point where like you could fit like 4 or 5 arms in that same sleeve before it would actually be tight. Yeah, they have those type of size sleeves, and they're very see-through. They're kind of like linen, like almost. But it looks like on the inside of the sleeves, while the outside of it's black, it looks like the inside of the sleeves and probably the trench coat itself is almost this like galactic blue or purple. The other thing is that despite their face being that white, the rest of their skin, like on their neck and on their hands, is literally a pitch black. Yeah, and it looks like their shoes are intertwined into their pants.
They're fine.
They got black pants. Honestly, those might not even be clothing. They might have just, if it's an aberrant mimic, they may have just been like, yeah, pants are a part of the legs.
They don't know. They don't fucking know.
Oh, one last thing. They have 2 blue gems. One on the left shoulder, like arm area, like right where the arm starts to begin. And one on the middle of the chest. They're very, very slender.
Yes.
Oh my god. Oh, okay, so fun fact about this image. At one point, this was going to be a PC of Acid's. And then we did a campaign. We used it for like 1 session. And then we never got anywhere with that campaign. We never did anything with that campaign after that first session.
Got nuked.
Yeah, it just kind of got nuked. So it is... I'm going to ask the question. Because originally in that campaign, this was a key elemental. Is this still a key elemental?
No. She's now technically a tiefling.
Okay, so we're looking at a tiefling with wings, which is insanely rare for tieflings. And she has these blue horns that start on the side of the head instead of the top, and then curl forward, and then curve upwards, and then point out, away from the body. Very slender, but very well-endowed body. In other words, literally slender but curvy is another way to put it. She's not wearing much. Definitely one that answers. It's literally think of like just like black. It's literally just like black, very, very short shorts. Actually, no, that's literally just a thong. No, that's literally just a thong. Never mind. And then honestly, it's literally just like a purple bra crop top, if we're being honest here. There's no modesty about this. They were probably working when this happened. And then
fucks to give have run up dry.
Yep. And then it looks like they did have a like purple robe. Why I say a purple is because the outside of it's purple, the inside is like a galactic blue with a little star design on the inside of it. It looks like she does have a robe that like she does allow to use herself to actually cover her body when she doesn't want to be showing it off, obviously. Red eyes, like a silver grayish hair that's pretty long, comes down to like the thighs essentially, and then it looks like black. Gosh, she using black heels. Oh, you poor soul. You poor soul. And then a black leather strap that goes across her right thigh. That's it. Oh, and tattoos. Tattoos on the legs and near the pelvis.
She also does have a strange pipe with a floating, like, lantern mechanism thing.
Yeah, and a black choker. I realized that too. Yeah. That should be it.
And then there's one last set of people.
Okay. Not one person. It's one more set of people.
Should I just like go look for the command?
No, not them. They're back. Okay. So, brothel campaign. These bitches are still alive. Emma, Juju, and God,
I will
what was
just
his
add.
name?
I'll
ML?
just add their name.
Yeah. Lulu, Meja, and ML are back. I'm not redescribing them. I've described them so many times before. They're fucking back. Okay.
As
Great.
Ryu would see them walk, as Ryu and John, as the three of them would walk out in
Yeah.
unison,
Valid.
as they are in perfect synchronicity.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that checks. They also talk at the same time.
In unison.
It doesn't matter if you're only talking to one of them, all three of them are gonna talk. So he's just gonna like, I was expecting to have to like do some searching inside the tavern to see like some person curled up in a ball or something.
When you guys entered,
Yeah.
it seems to be because this is a Yavina tavern. They were kind of safe in here.
Yeah.
So they were just kind of hiding. Like, they would hide whenever the monsters would go by, but they weren't near the windows or anything. Like, y'all entered and kind of had to walk towards the back, and then y'all found them.
Gotcha. I feel like genuinely, Rio would stay like a step or two into here, have taken a look around, and just go, yeah, yep, these are Yavina people. Alright, hey, everybody, Ryozuka here. Hi.
We're Lulu, Meja, and ML, as all three of them speak in fucking unison.
Yeah, that checks.
And they kind of, like, whenever they said their names, they kind of, like, go up on their toes. So, like, that's, like, you just see them bounce up and down a bit, which is the only way to tell which fucking one is the name.
Yeah, that checks. Yeah, he would just kind of just look to them and just go, good to meet you. We're here to get you to the safe zone. So your mind isn't dwindling and all that. Because let's be frank, even if you are fine in this haven, you just go, there's still monsters here, and this could eventually get destroyed. It's probably best that you move.
John's kind of looking over Ryu's shoulder as they both walk in.
Yeah.
As John just kind of sees everyone, he's just gonna blush and leave. And he just thinks to himself, I should not be in here. I should not be in here. I should not be in here.
Yeah, no, that's fair. He was just gonna look at him and just go, hey, would you go with John? Make sure he's good. Yeah. Yeah. Alright.
Narissa.
Okay, we're going down names. Okay. Get the paper. He looks at the pen. Get the paper.
You see the pen furiously start writing as it's like,
Alright, so the tiefling's name is Narissa. What about you? You're an aberrant, aren't you? You're definitely an aberration.
You hear this, like, crackling, gurgling sound from it. It does not speak words.
He looks to Psyche and just goes, Psyche?
Yeah?
Did you understand that?
Yeah.
What did he say? Or what did they say?
It said people call it Clovis.
Good to meet you, Clovis. And lady in the back.
I want to mention, she's like, towards, like, she was the first one out. She just watched the others walk by her like, yeah, okay.
Fair.
And she's like, Cormy.
Okay. Well, good to meet you all. I'm gonna be quite frank. Yavina did not even send me here. Take that to what you will. I literally just heard about this being here, and I just so happened to know that this was the Yavina Tavern. Because of Noki. So, you can partially thank her.
Good to see all of y'all. Do y'all want to help us, or y'all just want to leave?
It is fine if you want to leave. We need to find a shard that my fire friend over there, who got a little nervous, he's looking for a shard of his sword that was said to be inside the city as well.
Outside, John is like rubbing the temples of his head, and he's just kind of thinking, don't focus on them. focus on the mission. Don't focus on the pretty woman. Focus on your mission.
Yeah, so I don't know if you want to help with that. There might be some fighting involved because from what we understand, there's a monster that seems to have it literally in its mouth, which is the problem. But
Yes.
I don't want to drag the lot of you into something that you, well, aren't prepared for, considering you're just dancers and a bouncer and you've been stuck in the city. I don't know what your sanity's at or how you're really doing mentally.
Cormy would go, I'm not all that much for fighting.
Okay.
I can if I'm desperate, but I'd prefer to not.
I can understand that.
Clovis would Clovis would gurgle, and you just hear Sai go, Clovis will follow her so she's safe.
That is fair. What about you, Nerissa?
Narissa's like, I can fly, but I'm a little... you would see her, like, move her hands, and you would see some magic spark, but then it fizzles out. She's like, I'm a little out of energy.
Alright, you're gonna go with Clovis. We're not having you do that.
She's like, I'm a sorceress, but I'm out of spells, and spells,
Gotcha.
gone.
Yeah,
It's all gone.
I get it. I'm
It's all
starting to get to my
gone.
wits end too.
She's just like, it's all gone. As you would then hear Lulu, Medja, and Emma go, we will help.
I'm gonna be real. He would look at them and just go, you don't have weapons.
We don't need them.
You don't.
They
He-
smile.
He rubs his eyes, kind of like rubbing his temple in the process. He would just go, I want you to understand. We're dealing with monsters. These
Mhm.
things will kill you.
Yep.
Are you okay with fighting without weapons?
We are the weapon.
Do you have monk training or something?
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Okay. That's what I needed to double check. I don't mean to be rude. It's just that some of the people I have to deal with, you gotta understand.
They definitely look like they have unarmored movement. Let's put it like that.
Yeah. Not a whole lot
They
going
aren't
on.
armored. They aren't armored. I can tell you that fucking much. They sure as fuck aren't armored.
Gotcha.
Alright. Well,
There is no armor anywhere in the
Alright.
vicinity of these women.
Not to sound
Yeah.
a little bit pushy, but because we kind of set a little bit of a time limit of ourselves and it's coming
Yeah.
up, let's just go ahead and go look for that commander and just maybe see if we can knock it out super fast.
That's
We will
fair.
likely end before y'all get to fight the commander.
Fair enough. We can at least find it
yeah.
then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that was honestly the plan.
Just making
I'm
sure.
just happy y'all got through what I wanted to get through. Yeah, as you guys would head out, and you would see Noki kind of open up a portal, and Cormy, Clovis, and Nerissa would all disappear into Yavina's domain, and she'll sort them out from there.
fair enough.
As you guys would walk out, let me actually see something. Ah, got it. Cool. As Ryu, Lulu, Medja, and ML, Psyche and Psyche would walk out with Noki. They would see John staring down staring down the side street at his arch nemesis,
Wait, what?
the bull. Another bull has appeared. As also, you guys would then see landing nearby the bulls are two different spiders. As you guys would also, as I will not resend those images because I know y'all have seen them before.
Yeah.
But there is one thing that would pop out that's new.
Uh-huh.
One new little bastard pops out behind you guys. As you guys would also see the commander come waddling out
Oh,
behind the creature, behind the bull and them.
Yep.
As one new enemy would pop out behind y'all, along with about 5 commoners.
So we're looking at a aberrant. It looks like a dog kind of got shifted. Is kind of the best way to put it. We're looking at like an aberrant dog is really, yeah. So
Yeah.
the fur coat it had is basically changed from, like, whatever it was to, like, essentially like an abyssal dark purple. And it seems to have gotten these, like, very vibrant pink, like, tattoos that seem to go across, like, random parts of its legs, by the looks of it. A, pinkish gem in the chest, and, it's gained, like, a bluish, like, mane that goes down from the very top of its head all the way down its entire back and even, like, covers its tail, essentially. And it seems to have some, like, pinkish, yellowish, like, random bits that is in that mane that's just kind of, like, glowing almost.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
As that thing would growl and bark at y'all from behind, as you guys would be blocked in from both sides
As
y'all walk out from the tavern.
I like to think as Agnes and Psyche walk out seeing John staring down the bowl and then the commander popping out, John would just kind of very innocently say, I found the commander.
I want to mention you would just hear the "Good job, John" from Lulu, Meja, and ML.
At the same time.
Wait, how do you know my name?
I said
They
it.
all three of them smile, and all three of them wink at you. They may have known your name before they were told.
John would definitely blush, and he'll quickly turn away.
I want to mention Lulu, Meja, and ML are the pinnacle of an issue when dealing with these three.
Got a question.
Gotcha.
I know I told them the name, but considering the wording, is that like an insight thing of being able to pick up like a hey, or is that more just you as a DM insinuating to us, the players?
You can pick that up kind of with insight.
Okay.
They seem to have already known John's name, either because they interacted with Katsu and they got something from Katsu,
Okay.
or they've just pieced it together from what they've heard about Ryu.
Gotcha. Just in case, I'll talk with Yavina about that. I'm gonna be real. I know Yavina well enough to know that she meddles with shit she shouldn't meddle with. So I'll have some words with her in a bit later on.
Yeah, it's a very fair thing to say that Yavina has probably told her followers that are in her mix, like, hey, look for this Durla and his Firemindle friend, and these are their names.
Yeah.
So like they know what they're looking for and they know who they're looking for. But yeah, those three of them are like, yeah, hi John. Fucking the Kitsunes. As the three of them would all sit there and start bouncing side to side as they stare at the spiders. As that looks like who they're gonna be targeting is one of the spiders. So y'all will get to see Lulu, Meja, and ML and see how they fight.
Alright. And from what I understand, that's where we're ending off, right?
That's where we are ending off, as y'all are getting ambushed, technically, as these things will be getting the first turn.
Well, that's a fun way to wrap up our last thing we gotta do here.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see you guys in the next episode where we will murder and obliterate some aberrations. And I guess we get to see some dancers not at work, but in a fight.
Yeah,
so we'll see how that goes.
As we get some fan favorites to come back.
They came back. Aren't you happy? They fucking... I want to mention, Dylan, just so you understand, they tortured the living fuck out of Katsu. They... Like, it wasn't like a literal torture, but like, holy shit, they caused that man some problems.
That explains why your tone of voice shifted to like disgusted when that picture came in.
Yeah. I think it was a mix of like disgust and partial like trauma of having his character get like body bounced off of them.
Yeah, there's a lot of shit that happened with those people. I'm gonna be frank. There's a lot. But yeah, we're going to... Also, where the fuck is the... They released, like, a demon at some point. Where the fuck is that thing?
Oh!
Don't worry about it.
Alright, great. Gotcha. So that thing's either corrupted or on a rampage. That's for another day. they were just so you know, real quick, fun little fact before we end off. They released a demon from the past world before this world started. Because they're not even from this world; they're from the other world. Before this one, when the Sanity Campaign first started off, and they released a fucking apparently the first ever Kitsune demon from the world. The first ever Kitsune that was sent to hell. So it's this greater demon that's just they just released that on the world and said it was fine. So normally it's with them, so I'm a little concerned on that.
It's not.
Yeah. Either way, you can find us, the Sanity Campaign, up on the Lost Shipyard on YouTube and on the Lost Harbor on Spotify. If you want to find some extra content, though, you can find some more extra content on the Lost Harbor on YouTube and on the Spotify as well, because we have some other campaigns going on over there as well. We also have the Amnesia campaign that came out pretty recently, so go check that out. People have been loving it so far, actually. It's doing really well, which I'm really happy about. But you should also give this one some more love, because this one is pretty damn good too. So, love you guys. See you guys later, and go piss yourself.
Bye.
Bye.